So for this video I would like to do the wall jump, but before I do that I'm going to show you a little mistake that I made that I need to fix. So if I press play, if I move forward, as you can see, he's moving really fast, and even if he's running, same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and fix that. But before I do, I'm going to go into the camera script real quick, and I'm going to point out another mistake. Right here in camera input, I put a negative because I wanted to reverse the direction of the pitch of the camera, but I can actually get rid of that because I already have a negative sign right here in front of this pitch. So I'm just going to compile that. I'm going to hop over to the characters script, and the main problem that I wanted to fix was this right here under the move method. Originally I had this piece of code right here to set this move vector variable, but this is what's causing the problem. So apparently what I had before was almost right, so I'm going to make that active again, except instead of using this exact same code, I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to make it active again, except I'm going to change these to what's it called? Move input. Okay, move input dot x. So this piece of code, this is the old input system. New input system, I gotta use these move input dot y, and then I feed these horizontal and vertical into here, into this piece of script. So that's why it wasn't working. So the move input comes from this right here, which is the new input system. So I'm going to compile that. So I'm going to go back into the editor, and I'm going to hit play. So now if I move, the ground is much more, he's moving on the ground at a much more realistic speed. So it looks a little bit more correct. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the wall jump now. So when I go back to my old script, I think my theory as to why it wasn't working very well with all the different functionalities was because in the update function, I go all the way up. As you can see, my code is absolutely huge. So in this update, I had a whole bunch of methods, and I really think I had this funny feeling that this is what was making it really hard for Unity or whatever it is to read everything. It's gonna, because I guess the Unity or C# is not perfect or something, or my computer is too slow or whatever. I don't know what the technical reason is. It just simply doesn't either go through all of these, or it misses like bits of information. So the idea is for my new attempt, the update method, as you can see, I already have 3 methods. I'm going to make one more called Parkour, and this method is going to take care of all the acrobatic stuff that this character does. And I'm going to put it somewhere, I'll put it call it void parkour. Whoops. And everything's going to go within these brackets. So I'm going to compile that. Really quickly, again, this is all the methods that are being triggered in the update. I'll just scroll down and show you all the methods that I have, or the functions that I have down here. So can wall slide, can wall run, right, left, wall run, right, wall run left, stop wall run left. The list goes on and on. Wall run jump, blah blah blah. So the list is pretty crazy. So I'm assuming this is what's confusing Unity or C# or I don't know. But anyways, I'm dealing with a wall slide. So there's two parts to it. Actually, first I need to find. Okay. There's a piece of code here where I'm basically just see if I can set this true or not. Can wall slide. So this is called can wall slide. And then if it's true, then I have another one that actually makes the player wall slide. If this is true. If it's false, then it does this. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste it for the time being. So first I need wall distance variable. So I'm going to start off by finding that wall distance variable. I'm going to copy and paste it into the new script. Then I'll grab everything from can wall slide and paste it into my new parkour method that I created. Obviously this doesn't exist. Can't jump off ground. I also need to grab the can wall slide boolean, and I'm going to paste that as well. Oops. So first, here I have can wall slide, and then right below that will be, oops, wall slide, and right below it, right here, I want to copy and paste the entire wall slide script. So this would be this whole thing. It's pretty big, and I'll just adjust it after I paste it in. So as you can see, after I paste it in, there's a whole bunch of script that is all greened out, which means it's not being used. So I can just go ahead and delete all that. There's a whole bunch of booleans that I'm not using. a whole bunch of variables. Shall I keep that one? So from the original script, I also need is wall sliding, the Boolean. So after I clean all this up, I'll explain everything. But first, I gotta clean it up. Cancel this a bit. I created a Boolean called can control, and by default it's true. So basically what that is obviously if he's doing something acrobatic like wall sliding, the player shouldn't be able to like move the character with a WSAD, or he shouldn't be able to run, he shouldn't be able to do anything normal. So I need to shut this off when I need to set this to false if a wall is detected. So back in the if I go to the move function, all this movement under the move function can only happen if can control is equal to true, and for the running and jumping off the ground, before it was just checking to see if the button was pressed, but it's also checking to see if can control is true, and same with the run. So all this stuff happens only if this is true. So back up in the can slide script, I added if there's a raycast forward, and if the raycast is a wall, is within a certain distance, within the wall distance, and is grounded is equal to false, not only is can wall slide true, but can control is false. So this is where this variable is manipulated. It's set to true if this isn't true. If one of these things are incorrect, then this is true, and the player can control the character normally. Okay, so I cleaned this up a little bit so that so once the can wall slide is true, then it goes to this section of the script where it does another raycast as long as it's so the raycast if can wall slide is true, then the animator sets the is wall sliding true, which I haven't set up yet. He rotates to the wall, so that's what this script is. I have another variable is wall sliding is equal to true. That's important when let's just say he wants to jump off the wall. First, this has to be true in order for him to do a wall slide jump. And I'm changing the gravity, so the character gravity is 0.7. So while he's wall sliding, I'm making it lower to like 0.3. I'll make it even lower than that, maybe 0.2. And then if he's not wall sliding, if he's not detecting the wall and can't wall slide is set to false, then the animator is wall sliding is set to false, his wall sliding is false, and gravity goes back to 0.7. So that's basically the script. I'm going to go into Unity. Okay, right away, with the character selected, the wall distance for the wall slide to happen, the raycast has to be, I believe it was something really small, like 0.02. But that might not work actually because he's kind of thick. So this is 1 unit. He's about two units. I'm sorry, about 0.4 units thick. So I would have to make it like 0. I'll make it 0.3. So if the raycast is out to here, if there's a wall there, then he does the wall slide. Yeah, 0.3 will be good for now. I also need to create a wall. So I'll go ahead and I'll create a 3D object cube. Put it way out here. Make it bigger. And I also need to give it a tag. Add a tag. Call it wall. Save. Name this to wall. And tag name is wall. Because he needs to be detecting a wall. Right here. So it's looking for a game object tag. I also need to create the animations. I have a wall slide. This animation needs to loop. So I'm going to drag and drop it from here. And we'll call it wall slide. And it needs a trigger. So this is true here. Animator set bool is wall sliding. If it's true, so we'll create a boolean called is wall sliding. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to click on this arrow, uncheck this. Is wall sliding. If it's true, then it fires this way, and once it's set to false, it fires back. In the meantime, while it's still here, it's looping, so he's just in that mode. So, can't think of anything else I need to do. There's a couple of things I have to change in script. So when can wall slide is true, if he's detecting a wall and he's not on the ground, then vertical vector y has to be 0. This is because vertical movement when jump input is true, meaning the jump button is pressed. That means that's probably when he's going to do the wall slide, because if he's touching the ground, then the wall slide is deactivated, because his grounded being false is one of the requirements for him to wall slide. So if he's jumping, then he's jumping with a jump speed, but as soon as he touches the wall, this jump speed should be shut off to 0. So vertical vector dot y has to be set to 0, and I also thought that for gravity, when he is wall sliding, I thought the gravity should be much lower. So originally it was 0.2, but apparently that's not the case. If I do 0.2, he goes extremely slow. So in order for him to slide down at a reasonable rate, it has to be higher than 0.7. So I put it at 3, and that seems to work well. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not sure if it's like friction or something. I'm going to look into it later, but I had to bump it up to 3. So if I go hit, I'll just quickly show you the jump first. So the jump is pretty high, and when he falls down, that's the gravity. So if I jump onto the wall, he's wall sliding, and I think the speed is pretty reasonable, and I can't move around no matter what I press while he's wall sliding. If I wall slide and I press all the buttons, I have to wait till he touches the ground. So as soon as he touches the ground, the wall sliding is shut off and he's back into normal mode. Okay, so that's working perfectly. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for this video. I just wanted to explain what it is that I'm trying to do, and I was using this wall slide as an example. So I'm going to do, after this, I'm not going to make a video for the entire thing, I'm not going to make a video for each of these things, because I already have a whole bunch of videos before that explains how all this works. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to select a few of these, maybe like a ledge climb, wall run left, wall run right, maybe I'll do ceiling hang and scale wall, and I'll also do like wall jumps, so if I'm wall sliding, then I can jump off. So I'm not going to do all of this, I'll just do a select few, like a select number of things. And the main aim for this is not to show you how it's done, because I already showed how it's done in previous videos. The whole point is to show that is to find out basically whether this is going to work or not. If I have everything under one function instead of having a whole bunch of functions, because something was really messing with my previous setup, and I'm guessing this is what it is. So the next video is basically a verification as to whether this new method is going to work or not. So all the functionality is nothing new. I'm using all the exact same code. I'm just going to adjust it a little bit to try and optimize it. But yeah, besides that, it's just going to be one more video. So between now and then, I'm going to spend most of the time doing everything before I record the next video. So that way, the next video, I'm just, instead of showing you how I did it, I'm going to explain what I did, and I'm going to tell you whether or not it works or not. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed that. So please stay tuned for the next video, and also be on the lookout for other videos as well. Okay, thanks.